So hello everybody, welcome back again to the another new video. So if you have seen our previous video, in our previous video we have explained what Nmap is and how it basically works and some of the basic commands of Nmap which are regularly used by penetration testers and security analysts to secure a network system. So in this today's video, we will gonna discover some of the advanced command of Nmap which are used by network administrators and penetration testers. So if you are new in this channel, then I am Rajan, your mentor on Digital Rajan 22. And so if you like the content, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon. So before dive into the actual part of the video, let us see a quick disclaimer. So in this channel, all contents are provided is for educational purposes only. If you do any illegal activities using the information provided in this video, then the owner of this channel is not responsible for any kind of misuse of this information. Use this information on your own risk and only for educational purposes, for learning purposes. So let's get started. If you haven't seen my previous video on Nmap, then the link in the description, make sure to see that first. After that, this is the part 2 of that video. So I will recommend you to watch first that video, after that watch this. But don't worry, for the new viewers, let me give a quick overview of Nmap. So basically Nmap is a network scanning tool which stands for network mapper, which is used by network penetration testers and network administrators to open ports and to find vulnerabilities. This tool is used. In our previous video, we have seen the verbose output and the service and version detection capabilities of Nmap. And in this video, let us first look at some of the advanced command of Nmap. So here it is my Kali Linux terminal, and to start Nmap, just type Nmap. And you can see the Nmap is installed here. All the installation process of Nmap on Linux machine I have shown on my previous video, so make sure to watch that first. The first command we will gonna see is the aggressive scan option used by Nmap. So basically, if you want more detailed information, you can use the aggressive scan with a hyphen and capital A option. This combines service detection, OS detection, and other Nmap feature into a single command. Basically, what happens here, if we scan a service such as Nmap and my local host with service and version detection and OS detection, then it is the two separate flags which I am using here. But if I use the hyphen capital A option, then it will scan all of the service and version detection and also the OS detection in a single command. This is the capability of the aggressive scan on Nmap. Here you can see the result of the aggressive scan, which is scanning the ports, the open which it's find the open port 9050 TCP and the version of it and all of the things, and the OS detail are shown below, which is Linux 2.6.32, which is my operating system details. So you can combine all of the commands such as the service and version detection in a single command with the help of aggressive scan. So it is the most powerful, you can say, a command which Nmap has. Remember, for this video I am scanning on my local host, which is my own operating system's local host. So don't use this tool on any public platform such where you don't have permission to scan on. So perform the scan only in a isolated environment such as your own virtual lab. So don't misuse this information. So basically the aggressive scan takes longer for uses more resources, but it's helpful for getting a broad understanding of the target system. Just be cautious. Some aggressive scan techniques may be detected or flagged on network you don't control. So let us come to the next scan option. So in Nmap there is also a flag which is called double hyphen main hyphen rate. It is a flag which is used to minimize the request rate of the Nmap. So let us give me an example after which you can understand what I am going to telling you. Avoid overloading a target. You can control the speed of your scan with this option. This helps manage a network impact, especially on networks you are responsible for. For example, if I use this command nmap -s capital V, which is used for version detection, and hyphen mean hyphen rate, and I will specify 100. After that, I will give my target IP address. In this case, I am using my own local host. So I am just specifying local host and I will hit enter. And sorry, my local host address, I think I typed wrong. Well, the result is the same as the previous, but with the limitation of verbosity. But basically, the hyphen when rate is the flag is used to minimize the rate of detection, or you can say the rate of, to minimize the rate of request. So in this command sets a minimum scan rate which helps control scan speed and reduce the chance of getting tracked. So let us come to the another cool feature of Nmap, which is called NSE, which stands for Nmap Scripting Engine. That Nmap also has a powerful scripting engine called NSE, which offers scripts to gather more detailed information. There is a folder on your Linux system which you can see, if I hit the command cd/user share nmap and scripts. This is basically the nmap scripts engines folder. If you hit enter, if you hit the ls command and hit enter, then you can see all of the scripts are here. These are basically the scripts which the NSE engine has, the Nmap scripting engine has. All of this script has their specific use case and specific purpose for more detailed scan result. So for example, if I use the command nmap and the local host, and after that I will specify the script, which is the command is -hyphen script equal to there is a popular script which is called vuln, which is used to retrieve the vulnerability on the targeted system, or you can say which can find some common vulnerabilities if the nmap scripting engine has that script. So let us hit enter and see what the nmap result is. If the operating system or my operating system has some kind of vulnerabilities which are listed on the nmap scripting engine, then it can find. And in my case, my operating system doesn't have any such kind of vulnerabilities, so it didn't show us a better result. If you scan it on a vulnerable system such as Metasploitable 2 or some vulnerable system, you can find some of the vulnerabilities which the nmap script engine, the vuln script found. But remember, only use scripts on your own network or have permission to scan, as they can be resource intensive or intrusive. So now let us see another cool command of nmap, which is called tcp scan. So in Nmap you can find there is a cool option which is -s capital T, which is used for TCP scan. So if you just specify Nmap and then your IP address, which is in my case my local host, and after that if you specify -s and capital T, it will stands for TCP scan and it will do a TCP scan on target. By hitting enter you can see the result of the TCP scan. But basically there is no such difference you can find between the TCP scan and any other scan. But technically the TCP scan is technically something different. If you know what is TCP, then TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, a core protocol of the Internet Protocol Suite that ensures reliable data transmission. But in Nmap, the default scan is TCP scan. It sends a SYN packet to initiate a connection and waits for response from the target. Based on the response, it can determine the state of port. But by default, Nmap use TCP scan. If you just only specify Nmap, then your target IP address, for example, in my case, my local host, then by default Nmap will perform TCP scan. So it is the default scan of Nmap, but you can specify it using -s capital T option. If we go deep into the TCP scan, then you can find there is a three-way handshake between the TCP scan. First, the attacker machine sends a SYN packet to the target machine, then the target machine sends back a SYN acknowledgement packet to the attacker machine. After that, the acknowledgement packet will be sent to the target machine to ensure whether the port is open or closed. So if we go into the more detail in this topic, then it will take a longer time duration for this video. So if you want more detailed video on this, then just comment down below. I will make a separate video on this. So now let's talk about UDP scan. Unlike TCP, UDP or User Datagram Protocol is connectionless and doesn't establish a handshake. This makes it harder to detect if a port is open or closed because there is no immediate response. For example, if I use Nmap to perform a UDP scan, then I will use the -s and capital U flag. For example, let us see an example here. Nmap, then localhost -s capital U, and then hit enter. You can see that there is no such difference between the previous scan result and the UDP scan result. But technically there is a lot of difference if you go into the deep of this technology. Technically, there is quite difference between a TCP scan and a UDP scan. In TCP scan, there will be a three-way handshake which the target system and the attacker system will perform in between. But in UDP scan, there is no such three-way handshake. There is only request and response scenario. TCP scan and UDP scan have distinct purpose. TCP scans are more reliable and provide clear results, but they are easier to detect. UDP scans, while stealthier and harder to intercept and may be slower, use TCP scans for general purpose port discovery and UDP scans when you are looking for specific services like DNS or SNMP. Now let us look at the default script scan, which is used for the script scan. We have seen in the Nmap scripting engine NSE, there is a cool option in Nmap which is -s and capital C. So for example, if I use Nmap, then localhost, after that I will use -s and capital C. It will use the default scripts of Nmap which is used by this command to scan our target. If I hit the enter button, then after that I will see a better comprehensive result than my previous scans. in my port 9050 there is a core short service which is I established by a proxy server. Here you can see some of the more detailed information on a specific port which the Nmap script engine found. So now let us come to another scan option which is called SYN scan. In SYN scan, what happens is that only SYN packet is sent to the target system to determine whether the port is open or not, and it is more stealthy than our previous scans, which is quietly undetectable by firewalls. For example, if I use Nmap, then localhost, after that I will use -s and S, it will perform a SYN scan on my localhost on my target. If I hit enter, then it is more faster than our TCP scan or UDP scan, as because the my attacker machine is only sending the SYN packet to target to determine whether the port is open or not. This SYN scan is also considered as a half-open scan, as it is only performing the half of the three-way handshake on the TCP process. So as compared to the TCP scan, where there is a three-way handshake between our target operating system and our attacker machine. But in this case, on our SYN scan, there is only a SYN packet which is going to our target machine to determine the state of the port. Also, there are a lot of commands which are used by Nmap to determine services and other cool stuffs. So if you are interested in Nmap series, then just comment down below. I will make all detailed explanation video in our next video. I think for this video it's enough. There are also a lot of firewall bypassing command which I will show you on my next video. If you are interested, just comment down below. So at last of the video, if you like the video, then don't forget to hit the like button, and if you really watch our video completely, then don't forget to subscribe our channel. Make sure to share it with your friends if they are interested in cybersecurity and learning these cool stuffs. So make sure to subscribe. So till then, take care. Bye bye.